Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty about how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
I am outstanding, Sean. How are you?
Outstanding. Happy Fun Friday. Gina, where are you coming from today?
I am in the beautiful, snowy state of New Jersey, Sean.
The snowy state of New Jersey. I miss New Jersey.
I know. Where are you coming from?
You're coming from Miami Beach, but believe it or not, I prefer to be in the snow. That's a true statement, but I'm very grateful to be here. So, having fun. Fun fact is people smoke weird stuff on the beach in Miami. I don't smoke that stuff, but it smells really weird, Gina. So who do we got here today?
We have our first contestant is Bob Coleman with over 15 years of financial services experience. Bob brings a wealth of capabilities to his clients at Simplicit Financial. He loves to travel and explore new parts of the world and is a songbird at heart, and he can cut a rug, having received second place in the inaugural Dancing with Your Community Stars event in Southern Utah. Welcome, Bob.
Thanks much. Good to be here.
Welcome, welcome. What part of Utah are you from, Bob?
I'm in sunny St. George.
Are you kidding? St. George has been like on fire of late. That's very, very cool. Diamond Ranch Academy in St. George, correct?
Yeah, you're correct. How do you know Diamond Ranch?
I did some work with some of the fine folks there in and about their programs. So it's
nice. That's great, Sean. Yeah.
I'm a big believer in people creating effective, heart-centered disruption, for kids. So I'm certainly
Amen.
School. Yes, absolutely. Yep. So thank you for that, Bob. And how about a fun fact?
Fun fact, I'm single. Woo!
Woo!
I shared this with Gina a couple of weeks ago, but in January of 2018, I survived a head-on collision car crash.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
That is crazy.
It's not very fun, so maybe that's not really the kind of thing maybe I should share, but.
Fun fact would be something sort of disruptive, unexpected, unique about you, and that certainly is. So thank God you survived, and it's a pleasure to meet you and have you here from Southern Utah, my friend.
Pleasure to be here with you, Sean. Thanks.
Thank you. Gina, we got somebody to roll with Bob today. Who's that?
We got Marcus Mickelson. He's a licensed real estate agent and a 20-plus year military veteran who continues to serve. Thank you, Marcus. His firm practices residential, property management, real estate investment, and veterans outreach. Welcome, and thank you for your service, Marcus Mickelson.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you for the invite. It's first time being here, so it's great to be here.
We're excited.
Marcus, Marcus, thank you for your service. And how about a fun fact, sir?
Fun fact. So I'm the third adopted in my family. I have a sister that's an adopted American, Korean sister, and then I'm from Thailand.
Yeah, put this louder.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, can you get closer to your mic or something so we can hear you better?
Okay. So I'm the third adopted in my family. Is that good? Okay. And so I have an American sister that was adopted, a Korean sister that was adopted, and then I'm from Thailand.
Oh my goodness.
I came over when I was 6 years old.
Nice.
Thank you for that fun fact. Appreciate you, Marcus, and thank you for being here. Yeah. We got some judges for Bob and Marcus.
We have Mr. Nicholas Chavez. He's the chairman of the Emerging Manager Association, which helps startups and alternative asset funds raise their first $25 million in capital. He also started RFID and took it public with a $120 million market cap and merged with Optimize RX and is now traded on NASDAQ. He's also an undergraduate. He has an undergrad degree from the big H, Sean.
H-bomb is in the house. Nicholas is a Harvard man.
And Brown. Wait, and a master's from Brown in cybersecurity. Incredible.
Harvard Crimson Brown Bears are in the building. Nicholas, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Sean. I heard that you went to Columbia. You're a Lion, right?
I did, Columbia Lions. And my fun fact would be that I have a poster from Columbia at a pitch. I was at the H-bomb, Harvard, hit a triple on, while they were chanting safety school at us, Nicholas. Your brethren in Harvard would chant safety school at us, breaking our hearts, my friend. No, so congratulations on your amazingness.
Well, I think Brown is the safety school for Columbia. So
And it's so funny because when we would play Brown, our fans would chant safety school. Only in the Ivy League, chanting safety school at each other. So it's a pleasure. And how about a fun fact, Nicholas?
Fun fact is I actually helped my son create his first music video this last weekend. He released it on YouTube and Spotify on Valentine's Day. And you know what? It was it's gotten some nice reception, so it'll get radio play next week, and so I'm pretty excited about it. I'm very proud of it.
Please feel free if you want to drop it in the chat. That would be. And what's your son's name?
His name is Nico. So he's the third, and so he goes by the moniker Nick Thrice, because he's number 3. But it's good. I mean, it's totally clean. There's no swearing in it or anything like that. And he's making the best of COVID, right? I mean, he's supposed to be in college right now, and everybody's home. And I said, do something that you'll enjoy, something that is durable and that lasts, and that you can reach out and make other people's day a little bit brighter with. And that's what he came up with. So I'm pretty proud of him.
And Bob, that sounds amazing. And we're beginning to run Real Raws with some of the younger folks in the Unblinded ecosystem. So if that's something that Nico would ever be interested in, my son is involved, some other people's kids, be more than welcome. It sounds like he's quite extraordinary.
Yeah, he's a blast.
Awesome. And where do you guys live?
We live, Rick Starr. We actually came to Unblinded through Rick Starr. We live in his same city in Vero Beach, Florida.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's a pleasure, and thank you for being here, even if you're from the H-bomb. No, awesome.
Thank you.
So Gina, we got Nicholas, and we got 2 more judges.
Next up, she's a 12-year Army combat veteran and a senior intelligence analyst, Sean. Silvana Valencia is also the founder and CEO of Bright Real Estate Solutions. Welcome, Silvana. Thank you for your service. Yes.
Thank you for your service. Very impressive. So you're like sort of a female James Bond. Is that true, Silvana?
I wish. I'm just not that cool.
Well, I think what you did is super cool.
It's all, just analytical skills. None of those, super, combat, just kill people kind of thing.
You didn't jump out of one airplane into another in mid-flight?
Not that I remember. It's possible that it happened, at a point in my life that I don't remember.
You erased your brain and your memory, and you actually did that and just cannot remember. I think that happened. Can we go with that, Silvana?
It's a really cool story, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Let's go with it. All right. So how about a fun fact?
Let's see. I am a Colombian who does not like coffee.
Nice. That is extraordinary. Can I share a fun fact?
Yes, please.
I have never had a cup of coffee in my life.
Fist bumps, me neither.
Ooh, that's amazing. That's extraordinary. So thank you so much for being here. What's the ultimate vision for what you're doing right now, Silvana? Like, you're here, and where's it all going?
Just the connections and grow my business, obviously. Real estate is highly competitive, but it is only really great when we're connecting with people at a deeper level. It has a stigma, so we just have to be better at being true to ourselves, true to the people who we serve. And so this is why I'm here. I think I just want to really always be tapping into the real me and being better at, giving that.
You're in the right space. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And Gina, we got somebody to roll with Nicholas and Silvana. Who's that?
We have Vic Rajan. He is the co-founder of phoneblogger.net and videosocials.net, and has presented that on behalf of every major bar association, Sean, in the greater New York City area. Yes, and his 2008 book, 365 Marketing Thumb Rules, Daily Reminders for Rainmakers, has received praise from organization leaders all over. His marketing columns have appeared in the New York Real Estate Journal and Financial Advisor magazine. Welcome, Vic.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, awesome, man. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm well, Sean. I'm well. Many people sing your praises, so I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I'm looking forward to getting to know the contestants and the other judges. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And Vic, I'm super impressed by what you're doing already and the recognition you've received. How did you get into the space of marketing, especially the legal world?
Yeah, kind of fell into it. Really because my dad is a management consultant, and his referral relationships were transactional commercial lawyers and CPAs. He's a chartered accountant himself. So I kind of fell into, as I was doing marketing for my dad, got to know his referral relationships and started doing legal marketing and accounting marketing. And now we have a video blogging community that's like 60-70% lawyers. So it's kind of part and parcel to, as you know, as an attorney, all the attorney advertising rules, but making it fun and making it effective for our type of boutique solo folks.
That is awesome. How about a fun fact?
This is the first time I've shaved in over a week today, and I did so for you guys. So I don't know if that's fun, but it's fun shaving.
I love it. Amazing. And my fun fact is my shower today was in the ocean before I came up. That is how we began my fun fact. So appreciate that very much. And Vic, just for sort of optics sake on the things that I believe in, I discovered the work of Jay Abraham 24 years ago.
Sure.
I've had the privilege of developing a really wonderful relationship with Jay. And I quit my job at a major law firm. And as I said, I think in the video, and I was $100K in debt and built a 40-person law firm in 2 years through building of relationship capital. So I am present to your genius in the space of the ecosystems you have merged with and the relationships you built by the presentations you've made hearing it. So I give a giant thumbs up just to leave even that strategically. So congratulations on all the awesomeness that you're up to.
Thank you. Looking forward to chatting with you offline.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. All right, so Gina, we got rock stars, and we have a role player today who, by the way, is in her first appearance as the role player on The Real Raw. Let's hit it.
Yes, we have. She's a serial learner, a peak performance expert. Diana Pereira has studied for 20 years with experts in neuroscience, martial arts, mindset training, breath work, meditation. She's got 20 years of professional experience with all kinds of executives and artists, high performers. And her mission is to mentor and lead with her heart in the art of self-mastery and unleashing our limitless potential. And she is bringing this to Hispanics all over the world. Welcome, Diana.
For having me. I'm so excited to be here, guys. Ready to have some fun together.
Diana, that is extraordinary that you're here. How are you doing? And what is your fun fact?
I'm doing amazing, Sean. And my fun fact is that I love ice baths and I love the ocean. And I was at your beautiful, magical place in LBI about 2 weeks ago. So I got in the ocean. And it was cold as the polar plunge, but really in the ocean, and I loved it. I almost lose my toes, but I loved it.
Did you have to walk through any ice or snow?
Yes, I had to walk through snowy dunes, which was magical. But like I said, I almost lose my toes.
Well, that is awesome, Diana, and welcome. By the way, you also have one other fun fact that I think might be cool for some of the people to see here about how you are creating influence without speaking around the world for a little while.
That is true. Thank you for sharing that. Part of my experience has been to learn from everything. And I took some acting when I was young. So my fun fact is that I turned that into a standing statue where I would cover myself in white and I would stand in cities all around the world, traveling like a gypsy, giving speaking engagements without saying one word. And I did that for 7 years. I would stand maybe 7 hours each hour, 8 hours a day.
Awesome. Well, love hearing that. Unblinded team, tech team. Let's see if we can pump up the volume for everybody. I think we're at somehow lower volume than normal today. But Diane, extraordinary job. Gina, great job launching today. Appreciate you. And aside from the fact that Bruce Springsteen chases you around beach clubs in New Jersey, what's your fun fact, Gina?
Let's not make that rumor go around, Sean. My fun fact.
By the way,
I'll get kicked.
I'm totally joking when I say that continuously. We have a lot of fun with that.
I know.
Very fun and ridiculous things here. But it's not,
we do.
Not true, Gina. It's not true. So
okay. Well, I too like to cut a rug, Bob Coleman, or two. And maybe Sean, you've seen out the corner of your eyes how I've done that, experienced that. It's one of my favorite things. That like cuts me loose and definitely makes every day better if I get a chance to cut a rug. Yes, so I like singing by fires like we did to Bruce Springsteen in Long Beach Island as well. So yeah.
Yes, I think what I'm hearing you say is with 5 bonfires going in my backyard, you were dancing like a lunatic in front of like 60 people at the Unblinded event in September, burning logs in a fire or something like that. Is that what I'm hearing?
Something like that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Gina, thank you. It's Fun Friday. And what are you up to for this extraordinary weekend?
Oh my gosh, like just whatever is happening. I have no big plans, which is nice. I'm just like, whatever comes, I'm going to just go do. That's what's happening. Whatever my kids need. So
extraordinary job. Couldn't appreciate you more. Have a beautiful rest of Fun Friday, and we are ready to kick it in. So thank you, Gina.
You got it. Thanks, everyone. Have fun.
Awesome. Diana, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's do this thing. So let's say, let's go Marcus. I have either a 1 or a 2 underneath the table and pillow here. So do you think it's a 1 or a 2, Marcus?
Two.
It is a 1. So Bob, you have won the toss and you can elect to kick off or receive. So would you like to go first or take our fine veteran friend Marcus and throw him right under the bus? What do you say, Bob?
I'll leave him off the bus and I'll go first.
Awesome. So thank you for that. P.S. Before I started saying the under the bus thing, everybody who won the toss every single time had the other person go first. And so the first 100 times somebody won the toss, they had the other person go first. So it's been an interesting sociological experiment as we've done here every day. We're approaching our 500th Real Raw episode. So thank you guys for being here. So Bob, who would you like Diana to be? She could be herself. She could be an ideal client avatar. Heck, she could be anybody that you want to get a yes from in the world, because what Unblinded and the Real Raw stands for, that integrous influence on the other side of yes, is where everything begins in our business, in our creation, our co-creation, all of it. So who do you think, Bob, you would like Diana to be?
Diana, I'd like you to be a woman who is 10 years away from retiring, and you're concerned, you're frustrated, and you don't know quite how you're going to make it work.
Ready, Diana? 10 years away from retirement, don't know how you're going to make it work. Bob, is there any profession you'd like Diana to be in?
No, go ahead and pick one.
All right. Diana, are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
Diana, thanks for meeting with me again today. I really appreciate it. And I misplaced my note, but would you remind me again what your business is and the name of your company?
Yes, sure. I'm a lawyer. I work at a firm called Carnegie Law, and I've been working at it for about 13 to 15 years almost.
And remind me your specialty.
Yeah, I'm a family law attorney.
Great. So, Diana, from just picking up from where we left off the other night when we met at that mixer, I'm really, really curious to know what, from a financial standpoint, what keeps you up at night?
Oh, that's a really good question. You know, I feel that I've worked really hard and I gave my best to my clients and the firm, which I love, but I haven't really been really smart about thinking about retirement. So I don't really have a plan and I'm stressed out about it.
Okay. Tell me more about the stress. What does that do to you and what do you do to try and alleviate it?
To be honest with you, I just think about it and I feel a little down because I don't have a plan in place and I think I'm running out of time. So it's a little anxiety given, it keeps me up at night. Sometimes I have dreams or nightmares about it.
So let me ask you two questions. If you were nearing the end of your life, what would you want your legacy to look like and feel like?
My legacy. I would love people to remember me as somebody that gave her best for clients, family, for the world. I would like to make an impact on people, and perhaps that some of the people that I took through success remember me as the one person that made the difference.
And does any of that influence and that significance that you've just talked about, how would your financial scenario impact your ability to create that kind of significance?
I would say it's important. It's very important. I haven't yet given it as much dedication as I could have, but it's definitely important.
Do you have a target number in your mind that you feel like I need to have this much set aside or in the bank or in my investments in order for me to feel comfortable moving into retirement?
Sorry, say that question again. It wasn't clear.
Many times people, when I meet with them, they'll have some kind of a number in their mind that they're thinking, I can't retire until I have X amount in my bank account so that I can feel safe and secure. And I'm just curious to know if you have any idea of what that number would look like for you.
Hey, Diana, I'm going to take a quick break. Mrs. Jones is on the phone, and she's saying that like all kinds of craziness is breaking loose. The husband hasn't sent the alimony check, and her son is upset, and she's looking for him. She needs your help right now.
I'll be right back. I'll give you a call back in 5 minutes, okay? Thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you, Diana. Talk
Bob,
to you later.
Right back. She's got to deal with this. So how was that for you, Bob?
It was good.
Yeah, awesome. Diana, if you had one word for Bob, what would that be?
Heart-centered.
Nice. All right, Marcus, are you ready, sir?
I'm mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Marcus, you got to get a little closer to the mic, sir. Can you hear me, Marcus?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Who would you like Diana to be?
How about a 10-year vet getting out of the military, and you're going to go look for a home.
All right.
We love that.
First home, first time home buyer.
I'm sorry.
I gotta get a microphone. I think can you hear?
Yeah, what did you say, Marcus?
Here now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Diana. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for your time for coming in and meeting with us. How's it going?
Going great. I'm having a fantastic day. How are you?
Great. Unbelievable. You know, it's been an unbelievable year, right? With the COVID stuff going on, but with the challenges we overcome, and comes opportunity. So I hear you just getting out of the military, and you're looking for a home.
Yep, I'm looking for a home. I'm ready to settle down.
Settle down? What's that look like?
Oh, you know, just to put my flag on the ground the next few years. I just want to be peaceful. I want to raise my family. I want to just have a good time.
Good time. Well, you know, Diane, that's commendable. Thanks for your service in the military. I'm myself served as well, and it's great. So some of the services we have, I have a. Have you talked to any financial people or the VA as far as like your benefits? Or?
Yeah, I have a really good idea. I have some savings, and I know the VA is really supportive. So I looked it up, and I know I'm gonna get a very good support for down payment. I'm just ready to go.
Oh, that's awesome. So you got your down payment. I just put out there. I do have a mortgage expert in the VA that can help us out if needed.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pre-approved. I have all my, like how we like it all, like to be ready, so we can just go for it. I'm lined up. I just need to be put in front of the right home.
Okay, let's figure out. How's your availability?
Okay, so but wait a minute. Are you a realtor? I still don't know what you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not make that clear. I am a licensed real estate broker. I'm very new, but I'm in my prime, and I have a lot of time. I've been in the industry for about a year. My wife and I got married, and we quit our 9 to 5, and then opened a business, a real estate business. So I'm in my prime, nothing but time. I'd love to get to show you some homes. How's your availability to meet?
Sounds good.
Hey, Mrs. Jones, your attorney Diana's on the phone. Can you grab it real quick?
I'll be right back. Maybe I'll give you a call later today, but let's get something going for this weekend. Thank you so much, Marcus.
All right, thanks for your time.
Excellent job. How'd that feel for you, Marcus?
It was good. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's all good, right? It's all good. Excellent work.
Via Zoom, but I felt good. I felt good.
You know what? For all of us, it's all just a story, right? Yeah. There's no Zoom, there's no telephone, there's no it's all the same. It's human beings connecting. There's no rejection, there's no failure. Outstanding job. Thank you for your courage, Marcus and Bob, and for your vulnerability in being here, stepping in to what many people fear is a fate worse than death, which is not only public speaking, but leaning in and talking to people and being assessed. You guys are doing a fantastic job courageously. So thank you for that. So let's start. Let's go with Nicholas to start. Nicholas, 30 seconds of feedback, please, for Bob and Marcus. We'll start with Bob, 30 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, and then a scale on a score of 1 to 10, if you don't mind. So Nicholas, what do you got?
Sure. So Bob, I think you did a great job having your questions preloaded. And I think that you asked them in an order that allowed her comfort level to increase as time went on. So I think that was specifically your strength, is having those questions kind of preloaded and then asking them in a graduated manner. As far as what may have worked a little bit better is I didn't feel as though you established yourself as an expert to the extent that you could have. I think that you probably have a very impressive background with regard to what you do. And I think that while it's important to assess the client, it also should be a priority to qualify yourself also and tell her how you've helped other people like her in the past.
And your score?
Thank you. I'd give you a solid 7.5, 8, something like that.
Nice. Well, thank you, Nicholas. How about for Marcus?
Marcus, I thought that your enthusiasm was certainly there. I think that you're very eager to help, and you came across as very helpful. And I think that you showed that you were very open to providing a substantial amount of your time to ensure that she was going to get exactly what she wanted. On the flip side, you were giving her all of your time to show exactly what you wanted, right? And so, given that real estate agents and brokers are incredibly competitive, you also, in my opinion, could have probably established yourself a bit better as an expert, basically saying, here's who else I've helped in this small niche, right? Which is, retiring veterans to be able to find a place And I think that, it's not bragging, right? You're just telling her, your capability and how you can help her. So you offer expertise along with the bulk of your time that you mentioned. But you did a great job. Again, 7.5 or 8.
Nice. Thank you, Nicholas. Silvana, how are you? And what do you have for Bob? Count down 25 seconds.
Bob was his pace of the conversation I thought was very good for the situation, knowing that she was in distress, that she was kind of going through a part of her life that was, kind of like very important, but probably not in the best of situations. So he kind of went through it slowly to just make her comfortable and just slowly dig some facts out of her life to build a story and to sort of create a connection. So I give him a solid 8.
Nice. And how about for Marcus?
Marcus, I thought he was very good at sort of just opening himself and saying, I'm here and I'm here for you. And there was no hesitation in that. So it seemed genuine, right? Like, I'm here, regardless of where you are in the process, whether you're, pre-qualified or not, I'm here to help you. And I love to do that. I believe you should have led with what you have in common, which is you're a vet. So create that common ground immediately. And yeah, you were saying that you're new, but you're, just on your prime. So I would instead just kind of rephrase it to say, I have the latest information available, school is, very important to me. I just did some training or something to that regard, that it sounds more like you know what you're doing and you have fresh information to offer.
Excellent. Great work, Savannah. And your score?
I'm going to give you a 7.
Nice. And Vic, what do you have for Bob, my friend?
That was fantastic. Your opening questions were really spot on. Obviously, you've done this before in terms of many, many times, probably one-on-one. It's difficult doing it in 3 minutes. And I don't know if you typically go that deep, that quickly, but it seems like it would be simpler to go for the yes of kind of explaining the process, so that the potential client can understand from a bird's eye view of, like, what's the purpose of this phone call? What are we going to do on the second phone call? And maybe really kind of getting to the yes of the second, of having the financial investigation, so to speak, of kind of going over the numbers of what she's looking to do. It would also kind of enable you to achieve that in the time, but I'm over time. But overall, fantastic, because given the shortened and speed of it, you were able to jump right in, and it didn't feel rushed, it didn't feel stressful, but it was also a willing participant. Good job.
What was your score, Vic?
I would say 8.
Nice. And how about for Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus, I think that was awkward at the end. I think that the rapport of who you are and what you do wasn't there. And I think that's like a natural, that would happen in probably in your normal circumstances versus something, let's say, a little feeling contrived. But obviously you want to kind of establish that. But Diana was so willing and kind of receptive and giving you the information that she was like kind of ready to go. It's like, why not, kind of go for it. But your pacing could have been a little bit quicker, but the questions were great. I mean, I think it was spot on in that sense, similar to where Bob was. But you could build, like others were saying, the rapport. I mean, the relationship, I think, is critical, especially if something, this is a major, major decision or milestone in her life or any person's life. You know that. So probably in your typical circumstances, you take that opportunity to get that relationship and kind of understand who she is more as a person and kind of what she's looking for. But, it was well done. But, it's hard to do it in 3 minutes. So congrats.
Nice. And your score?
Are we allowed to do fractions? Because I want to say 7, but it was so close to Bob that I'll stick with 7 so to keep it simple. But congrats, Marcus. That was well done.
Fractions, we had fun. So excellent job, Vic. So Diana, are you back and ready for round 2? Like, is Mrs. Jones okay? And are you ready to roll with, actually, as Mrs. Jones in round 2, we'll go Marcus first. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Sean. Everybody's ready to play.
Let's hit it.
Hi, Marcus. I'm so sorry I had to hang up on you. Are you okay? Where were we at?
I'm good. So we were talking about looking at homes and your availability to, see homes. I'd like to schedule the time where we can, sit down and go over in more detail.
That's right. And you were saying that you know some homes in the area. Like, where will we go? Like, what do you have in mind for me? Like, what's your plan?
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely like to get to know you better. Like, do you have family, or how big of a property? What are you looking for?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you. I'm looking for a cozy home, not too big, something that has nature around it, like trees and maybe some nice views out the window. But, it cannot be too pricey. So it cannot be like the big view, like something nice, but not too pricey because, we're kind of on a budget.
Okay, yeah. And in our systems here in the MLS, I'm on there today and have the most updated information. We'd love to get together and sit down and get you signed up for, and then we can show you some homes, see the availability of in the calendar, and
Sounds good. And do you have any other questions for me or anything else that you would need before we meet?
let's schedule time to meet. Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Saturday, okay?
Okay, sounds good. I'll shoot you an email, and then we'll look forward to speaking to you.
Perfect.
Job, Diana. Marcus, nice work. How'd that feel for you, Marcus?
Oh, it's a little bit better. It's okay.
Okay, nice. Bob, are you ready? Diana is back. She's complete with Mrs. Jones, who's now looking for a house because she's going to get her alimony payments, and she's helped her out with that, and she's ready to talk to you.
Awesome. Diana, welcome back.
Hi, Bob. Thank you so much for your time, and apologies I had to leave so quickly.
It's just fine, my friend. I hope all is well.
All is well. Thank you so much.
Great. Just kind of picking up from where we were last time. Do you mind, have you ever worked with a financial advisor before?
I have not, and I'm really excited to understand a little more. And you were asking me some great questions right when I had to leave. So what was that you asked me that I said, no, tell me more?
One of the things that I always like to understand from a client in order for me to be able to do my best job is, do you have a certain number in mind that you feel like you have to have set aside or in the bank or in your investments for you to feel safe and comfortable in moving forward in retirement?
To be honest, I don't have any idea of that. And I'm looking for you to teach me because, people say all different things and my friends do this thing. You see these things online. So how would I go about it? I don't know.
Well, depending upon what direction we decide to go, I really have two tracks that I can take a client down. One is just for a solution, meaning maybe they just need a product or one solution to meet their needs. My other route that I can take a client down is a full planning process where we'll do a full financial plan. That financial plan will integrate every piece of your financial life. And it's through that planning process that together you and I will establish what that number is that you need for you to then feel comfortable moving into retirement. So did that kind of answer that question for you of how to establish that number?
Yeah, that second one sounds great. It's kind of like a roadmap and you would help me put it together. Did I get that right?
You did, and I appreciate the way that you said that, because I view it as a financial GPS. So just like you said, a roadmap, that's perfect. And it will give you the kind of peace of mind that you can feel comfortable finishing out your working years and then moving into your retirement, knowing that you've got the peace and the safety and the security that you can make that happen. And then you can sleep peacefully at night. You don't have to worry about those things.
That. Would you give me my sleep? I need my beauty sleep again. Would you give me that?
Yeah, this will be your financial melatonin. How's that?
Oh my goodness, great. You know how much more effective I'll be at work. My kids will be happier. That's amazing. Sounds like you've been doing this for a long time. Am I right there, or am I?
I have, and thank you for asking that. I've been in the business for 15 years, and I've helped over 145 clients meet their objective and their goal of establishing what legacy they want, and also creating the significance and moving them into a place where they feel safe and comfortable in their retirement so they can live out the rest of their lives the way they would like to have that occur for them.
Amazing. That's exactly what I need. I'm going to get my secretary to book a meeting, okay?
Perfect. Look forward to it.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks
Bob,
for your
nice
time.
work. Nice work, Bob. Diana, how'd that feel for you?
It felt way more natural. I think he was more in his body, and it felt great to me. It allowed me to open my heart.
Nice. Hey, Bob, let me ask you this. Why do you do what you do?
When I see that look on someone's face, two things. When someone comes into my office and they say, Bob, I have never had someone explain financial issues and items and things to me in such a clear, concise, easy to understand way, and they get tears in their eyes and they're really appreciative, I live for that. And then also that look in their eyes of when they feel that safety and that security, knowing that someone's got their back, that's a huge thing for me. Absolutely love how that feels, knowing that I'm that guy that's got their back.
Awesome. So I drop in for a second as you.
Say again?
Yeah, could I be you in a role play for a couple minutes?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
How about you are somebody who is an attorney, a divorce attorney, and your name is Joe. How's that sound?
Okay. Very
You're
good.
Bob. Good?
Yeah.
So, hey, Joe, Bob here. How are you?
I'm doing swell, thanks.
Yeah, hey. So listen, I really appreciate the fact that you gave me 3 minutes. I don't even know if you remember it. Is it still a good time? We met at that conference for the Bar Association a couple weeks ago, and we did schedule this time. I just want to make sure it still works for you.
It's a great time for me. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah. So Joe, appreciate you very, very much. And I know we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds now. But my first question for you is, Joe, with building your practice and all the things going on COVID, how are things going?
It's brutal.
Wow. And I've heard a lot, courts are closed. So like finances are down for a lot of attorneys, and my heart goes out, brother, when I hear brutal. Like where are you in terms of then where the practice is now and where it goes from here?
We're down 50% on revenue. Having the ability to meet face-to-face with people has been a challenge. Case closure has been really difficult for us. We are getting, the last couple of months, we've had a lot more calls of people who have been stuck in COVID, thinking about their marriage and wanting to make some changes. But yeah, from a revenue business standpoint, we're way off, and that's been very challenging for us.
Oh boy. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's all right. We'll bounce back. We'll get back.
I'm sure you will. I hear it a ton, but I feel your heart, and I love hearing that inspirational, like we're coming back. So thank you for that. I got about a minute to go. Would it be okay if I shared a little bit about what I'm up to in the world?
Sure.
Yeah. So again, my name is Bob, and what I stand for is that despite situations like COVID, economic collapse, pandemics, all the stress that comes with a professional practice, that there are ways and mechanisms of how we confront and deal with money that creates enormous access in our life. And I've worked, Joe, with 145 clients. And what I stand for in the world is to have their back, to be their protector, to look at everything that's going on, not only practically on paper, but in their emotional structure and how they relate to money and do what they do. And Joe, in every situation that I've evaluated, I have found things that could change the entire trajectory of people's financial lives. I can't promise that in every situation, but in so many I do. And in every situation, I find a way we can help. And what it means the most to me in the world, and why clients have actually cried after we complete with our analysis, is to feel that they have an understanding foundationally and fundamentally of concepts like how they approach money, the compounding of things over time, and minor distinctions in a business's budgets, personal budgets can lead to an entirely different trajectory of money. So my simple question is, if that resonates, great. If not, I'll never call you again. But how would you feel about spending 15 to 30 minutes diving a little deeper into this when you have some more time to see how we might support you?
I'm willing to explore that with you, sure.
Yeah. All right. So thanks. So, out of roll. So Bob, how did that feel for you?
Good. I love the languaging. I love how you've taken those pieces that I shared with you and how you incorporated that into your questions. So thank you.
Yeah. No, awesome. Diana, how was that for you?
I loved it. My favorite part was that you asked him a lot of questions and he opened up to you. And then only towards the end, you shared your identity, your benefits. What can you do for him?
Yeah. So we often talk about the fact that in any communication, there's 4 parts. One is the opening of listening through the creation of emotional rapport. And when somebody says any word, they never say for no reason. So when they say a word like brutal, they say it because they're feeling it and they want us to know it. So we have a mechanism where we talk about integriously, heart-centeredly, spending about 2/3 of every conversation with somebody where we're listening. And the only things we're doing are asking open-ended questions and making clarifying statements on what we heard. So if it's an hour-long meeting, literally 40 minutes of opening listening, like, well, it's going to feel like a cross-examination or something, or a direct examination. It's going to be exhausting. And the answer is no, because when you ask questions into the access points people create with their energy, conversations end up flowing in beautiful ways. So excellent job, Bob and Marcus. Love it. Let's go to the judges and see what they got. Let's go in reverse order this time. Vic, let's start with you, my friend. And what did you have, in fact, for Bob?
Roadmap. Yeah, that was fantastic, right? You were able to now bring the roadmap, the financial GPS, and that, I think that set everything at ease and on pace so that you were able to kind of bring it to an area where you can go deep and have that quote unquote permission to go deeper. So that was fantastic. Once I heard that, I was like, yeah, you got it. That's spot on. Maybe it's not simpler the second time around, but I think that's the whole point of developing the relationship, right? That the trust develops over familiarity and repetition and time thus. So good job.
Yeah, nice job. Warbeck?
Say that again? Oh, score. Yeah, I would bump it up to a 9 because that was great. Because I was like, all right, that's you could have done that on the first. Maybe you couldn't have, but you nonetheless you brought it up to 9. That was great.
And how about for Marcus?
Marcus, was a little tough to hear you, so it was from a sound quality perspective. But outside of that, again, the relationship was better the second time around. I think going for that shorter, smaller, simpler yes the first time around got her to get to a point where you were able to kind of have more of a rapport and a solution mind. And you were able to bring yourself to the perspective of who you are and what you can do. So congrats, it was well done.
Yeah, and thank you for your congruence, your energy, your focus. I could hear it, so appreciate you very much. If somebody was like, hey, Vic, I heard like there's this real raw thing. I don't know, should I go on it? What would you share?
Yeah, have fun with it. Stay focused, and you're able to hone your message and be able to see what you can accomplish in 3 minutes. Nice. And that's powerful.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Vic. Silvana, how was that round for you? And let's start with Bob, please.
So with the additional time, he definitely established himself as an expert. It was very clear to me that he knew where he was coming from, that he had a lot of information to offer and a lot to contribute to Diana's life. And so with that, I think that that connection just became very easy just because there was this level of expertise that just kind of made the conversation flow. So definitely a 9 for me.
Thank you.
And for Marcus?
Marcus, so obviously still a little nervous, and that's so natural. That's so normal. So I don't think you should just be concerned with that. You have good energy, right? Like, and it shows that you're a very helpful person. So just try to connect more. I would say back to the military, just because, I'm a vet and I'm in real estate. I would say just ask, tell me about where you've lived. Tell me about what you've liked about those places, and how would you like to recreate that, or what would you like to recreate in this new home that we're searching for? Just so that you're just kind of building a story, and you yourself, once you start connecting with a person, because you know more about them, the nervous will kind of fade away. So better, but definitely just connect. And when you connect, the conversation becomes a lot more loose.
Yeah, absolutely, Savannah. And Marcus, really beautiful job. Again, courage and vulnerability present. There's 4 energies that transfer from us emotionally, from us to other people. And influence is all built on emotion. 1 is fun energy. right? So it's just having fun, like not taking ourselves too seriously, right? Self-deprecation, being present in our heart, our body, not our head, just having fun with people, smiling, laughing, good time. 1, 2, aspirational energy, like taking us from like where we are into a vision of the future that's compelling. So yeah, we can get through this process and yeah, we'll get that dream house for you and we'll work through it. It'll be fun. It'll be magical and we'll have a good time. Like aspirational energy. Goddess energy and present is when somebody says brutal, it's like brutal. Like, yeah, you like, Joe, you okay? Like, how's it going? Like present, flowing in our body, genuinely empathetic. Oprah Winfrey said it. The reason she held the microphone for 30,000 people is because she said, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And so when we're present to people and we give them that listening that virtually nobody in their life gives them, even in their own homes, all of a sudden listening is open, connection deepens magically. And finally, there's Zeus energy. When it comes time to form an agreement, it's not overwhelming, overpowering, but it's decisive, it's clear. So it would be like, hey, how does that resonate for you? Like present, a present question. How does that resonate for you? Like there's strength, confidence, certainty, but empathetically heart-centered. So Marcus, again, great job. Just some more energetic transference will create a beautiful acceleration. So Silvana, thank you again for being here. And how was your day on the Real Raw today?
It was fun. It was fun. And you know, you learn when you listen too. So it's not like it's just, it's not just contributing. I think I've taken in a lot of myself.
Awesome. Appreciate that. And last and certainly not least from our fine judges for today, Nicholas, how was it for you?
Bob, I thought you did a great job in taking in the feedback and then applying it to your second at-bat. I think that also you had the opposite problem that I did in my first time in the Real Raw, which I didn't ask one single question. I was like, here's what I do, here's what I do, here's what I do. And then by the end of it, I had hoped that I beat them over the head with enough logical reasons to do business that they would just agree, right? But I didn't ask them anything about, whereas you really got very interested in what they were saying and you didn't lead as much as the expert. So I think you'll do great when you combine the two, just like I will when we do it in real life.
Awesome. Nicholas, thank you. Your score?
Oh, definitely bumped it up to a 9. Good job.
Nice.
Thanks.
And how about for Marcus?
Yep, Marcus, I think, first of all, you could do yourself a great service by just getting good equipment. You know, people don't have any time for people that don't have good equipment these days, right? So, you know, if I can't hear somebody, I'm like, hey, call back when you get good equipment, right? So, I mean, just that one little thing, because I think that you're so empathetic toward people. The other thing is that you know this target market, right? You've been on different bases all over the world. You're like, hey, you must be so excited to be moving into your first house. What are you most excited about in your house? And then get them excited to talk to you and tell them what their dreams are.
Beautiful. And your score, Nicholas?
Oh, you bumped it up by a 0.2. I'd say 8.5.
Right. Nice. Appreciate you being here very much. And I appreciate the energy you just brought right now. And how was your day today on the Real Raw?
Oh, I think it was fantastic. Great people. And I can certainly see that people are focused on making their dreams come true. So thank you all for sharing today.
Well, thank you. Bob, really excellent work. Clearly an artist at what you do. I love when you started, and when I asked you, why do you do what you do? And you talked about your 15 years, the 145 people, and more importantly, that you want to be that protector for people and the depth of what it means to your heart to feel that connection with people and even bring tears to their eyes when you bring clarity to them. From my heart to yours, just bring that out every time because there's such power and resonance in that goddess energy, presence, that heart-to-heart connection. So beautiful job. And how was your day on the Real Raw today?
Thanks, brother. It was great. Yeah, grateful to have been here. It was a fabulous experience. Appreciate all of you for your contributions and the energy you brought for it as well. I felt that, and it was great.
Thank you. Great job. And Marcus, again, thank you, Marcus, for your service. And how was your day today on the Real Raw?
You're muted, Marcus.
Okay. I had a great time. A little nervous there, but once I get into that the connecting piece there with the emotional intelligence, right? I think that would really help kind of calm the nerves. And but I learned a lot just in this last hour. And I will get a better microphone.
Yeah, all good. And by the way, reps, and I agree, Nicholas. Just making sure you can be heard. First of all, we're in a virtual world right now in a big way. And just that energetic transference, like being in your body, bringing energy to people. So excellent work, and appreciate you very much for being here. And how was your day here today? Like final, like how was it? Like, what did you take away from today?
Just be genuine. Yeah, be genuine, and then listen, try to connect. I think that's what I put in.
Yeah, listening is present. The camera, the audio, telephone, it dilutes energy. It all dilutes energy. So being in your body, bring forth energy, like body language, movement, expressiveness present conveys transference. And it could be more subtle than that. It could be like, wow, so why? So it doesn't have to be over the top. So like, wow, why? Just like the presence of energy, the presence of pauses, the movement of body. So excellent job, my friend. Diana, thank you again. Wonderful work. Final.
I loved it. Beautiful souls here today. I love your expertise. I love your hearts, your fun energy. You made my day better. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sean, for creating Unblinded and giving us a container to have shared experiences and learn the formula and just make the world a better place. That's what I live. So thank you all for being here today.
Yeah. Well, the principle of this, guys, and thank you so much again for being here, Bob, Marcus, Nicholas, Savannah, Vic. The world suffers in a space of people who have great ideas, who have deep hearts, that are unable to have people see their future in them, unable to open the listening of people and go from hello to yes. And then after that, knowing what to do with it. Because even if we have the ability to go from hello to yes, often we don't know what to do with it to create scaling, leverage, and time freedom and a capitalist structure. That's what we're standing for. Quick invite, if you want to grow your business and you want to accelerate, ecosystem merging is where it's at. Every day, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Eastern on Clubhouse, from 9 to 9:30, 30 minutes, we are working live with ecosystem mergers. My partner and I, Rob Gill, in Epic, his financial company, talked about how he went from 8 sales meetings a month to 350. Those numbers are continuing to scale now. And we have live ecosystem merging. So come check it out. Spend 4 weeks with us on Clubhouse every morning. It'll blow your mind, number one. Number two, every Monday night we do at 7 p.m. Eastern time. What is Unblinded? Why we're Real Raw? Unblinded team will drop in the chat. But for each of you, again, thank you for being here for that outstanding day. Bob, Marcus, courage and vulnerability present. Nicholas, Silvana, Vic. Again, a ton that it takes to give real feedback from your heart that takes people forward. You did that. Diana, great job. Gina, great job launching. Have a beautiful, fun Friday. And remember, Diana, we are all blind.
Just learning to see.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey, Sean, can we get a copy of this?